Hi, welcome back. In today's video, we would like to talk about class methods. Here I'm having a class called school. We are having a class attribute called school underscore name. Then it is assigned to a string. So a string is ABC high school. This is my class attribute. Then I'm going to talk about the class method later, but then I'm having a function called change underscore school underscore name. And the first argument is CLS, and then the second argument is the new name. So whenever this function is called, we need to have one argument apart from the CLS. Then that argument is assigned to the class attributes using the CLS. Okay? So let me illustrate it with an example. Here is my example. Now this is my class. Then as we discussed, the class attribute is named school underscore name, and it is assigned a string that is ABC high school. I would like to print this. In order to access that, I write down the name of the class, which is the school, then dot, then the name of the class attribute, which is school underscore name. And I use the print function to print it in the output. So when I run the code, I see that in the output, we see ABC high school. So it is printed in the output. However, what if that I would like to change this class attribute? One way to do that is class method. So if we want to change a class attribute, using the class method, we should have @sign class method, then have a function to do the job for us. And this CLS is our parameter that can help us to access this class attribute and to modify it. For example, here I want to call this change school name function. I use the name of the class, which is a school. We learned it before, how to call a function inside the class. We type down the name of the class, dot the name of the function, which is change school name. And then because this function requires one argument apart from the CLS, we are going to pass a new argument. So we would like this string XYZ Academy to be there for our class attributes. So we would like to replace ABC High School with XYZ Academy, this string. Okay, so we would like to modify the class attributes, and we are going to use the change school name function. Therefore, I type down the name of the class dot the name of the function, and then in quotes, I type down my new name, let's say, and I assign it to school underscore name using the CLS. Then we are going to print the same class attribute, just like we did in the above line. So we use the print function. I type down the name of the class, then dot, and then the name of the class attributes, which is class name. So now this time we see that this class attributes has been modified to XYZ Academy. Initially it was ABC High School, but we used a class method in order to modify it. And this is important to type down the @sign class method, because if I comment this and I run the code, I will have errors. It does not allow me to do this because it's a class attributes and it's not possible to directly modify it. So when I uncomment this part and the class method is there and I run the code, we see that using the class method, we are able to modify this class attributes. Also, this CLS means class itself. In this case, it is talking about school. So we use this CLS in the class method to modify the class attributes. So this is how we can use the class method in order to modify a class attributes. Thank you for watching.